Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day!
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
good day.
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah. G'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Welcome to Yeah G'day, the complete guide to Australia. This is episode 69.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Imagine being in the middle of something like sexy ASMR and then just nice.
Yeah.
She took off her top and nice.
Oh, nice.
It is episode 69. Tim and I are going to use our Richard Mercer sexy voice the whole time.
I don't have a sexy voice. I like to think of this as my sexy voice.
Oh,
so.
Jesus, that's your sexy voice.
Yeah.
We've been coming up to episode 69 for quite some time.
Are we just throwing it all out there? We're just going to say stuff?
Well, I don't want to have any limp jokes in this podcast. I want it to be turgid as we move forward.
Yes. Erect.
Penises. Yeah, it's going to be wet and wild. Tim and I are both completely nude,
Yes.
aside from rubber gloves.
Underneath the clothes, we are completely naked.
I don't know if you guys know this, but when I shower, I'm naked. I'm pretty dirty.
What would you do if I was there?
No, you
MSN?
can't do a podcast of 13-year-old boy MSN messages. I don't even like. I feel like this. Is there a double explicit warning that you can put on a podcast?
Maybe. I don't know. This is not one for your kids.
You know what is worrying about this? Do you know that our last episode before we before we revamped was our NSFW episode when Erin King made us blind read erotica.
Yeah, it was something, wasn't it?
It was an experience. And so I'm actually quite
about
worried that this episode might be our last episode and we're going to have to start again.
Possibly.
Luckily, Erin hasn't sent through any erotica. We've got it all ourselves this time.
Yeah, no, we wrote it ourselves and it's much dirtier.
It starts, every one of them starts with, yeah, nice.
Oh, nice.
Tim, to research this episode, to find a topic was quite difficult. Because the first thing I typed in was Australia 6'9".
Yeah, okay.
Nothing of interest came up. Some documentary that was made in 69, which Wikipedia didn't even tell me what it was about.
You're telling me you got no porn hits on that one at all?
Not on the front page of that one.
Interesting.
And that was about it. Then I typed in, I think I typed in Australia's Sexiest.
Okay.
That's when it went downhill quick.
Yeah, that one had a lot of porn hits.
The first 5 or so were definitely pornographia.
Yeah.
And then it came up with some hits for what we're talking about. And then I think I typed in, I did one more search, I forget what it was, but definitely once more, Mucho's Pornographia appeared on the front page of that Google search.
Yeah.
So it was tricky to do, especially with all the safe mode blocks that I've got on my phone, just protect me from any of that ungodly stuff on the internet.
Oh, yeah. It's awful. It's Satan's work.
I've done a parent pin on my own phone.
Yeah. He's forgotten the pin. He did.
Yeah.
He get really drunk, set up the pin, and then you come back and you're like, I don't know what it is.
I don't know, but now I can't look at anything. But the one that we found that was good enough for Tim and my Christian souls is Australia's sexiest city.
Yes. Because there's the amount of research and articles on this is truly unnecessary. There's a lot.
Well, the first article that I got, which we'll talk about, the research is based on some very obscure data. Like the data they're using.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are you pulling that from? And how does that prove anything? But
yeah,
we are men of science and we accept all forms of data.
Yes, we do.
And so that's what... Now, obviously, all our listeners are saying, well, Australia's sexiest city is wherever Tim and Leon are. And that's a given.
Yeah, obviously.
Because we're right here. in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
And the sexiness level is at 200%. 100 for me, 100 for Tim.
Yeah. Too much.
But some other... too sexy, too furious.
Yeah.
But some people say other things. Actually, you know what else I found in my sexiest search?
Yeah.
When I typed in Australia's sexiest, it had like Australia's sexiest beards. There was a top 20 thing. Oh, yeah. I wasn't asked about that one, so that's okay. Obviously, I would have won. But there was also just one article, and when I clicked on it, it was like a site where they sold merchandise, and it was the descriptor for it. It was Australia's sexiest bushranger, Ned Kelly.
Oh. Yeah. That's an interesting thought.
And the merchandise was just like coasters and fucking tea towels. But like,
that's their sell point.
But their sell point was Australia's sexiest bushranger, Ned Kelly. And I swear one of the lines was something about like, or was he just a bad boy? And I'm like, I don't know who you're selling to.
Here's the thing about Ned. With a beard, perhaps. Without a beard, he had a fucking head on him.
Oh, he had a real head. No, I agree he's Australia's sexiest bushranger, but I've never seen it online before.
Yeah, as a sales point. Yeah.
Now, Tim, you've got the hard facts for this one.
I've got it up here. Yeah.
Where are we starting?
So we'll go through some of the cities.
Yep.
That have been claimed to be Australia's sexiest city.
Yes.
I'll tell you about the source. We'll assess its situation, the evidence that has been put forward for that city, and we need to remember, particular biases. Perhaps I'm saying this in preparation for the first one. So the first one we've got is Canberra.
Now, you've lost me.
Yeah, I hear what you said, and I do not agree.
For those of you playing at home, Canberra is the capital city. It is part of the Australian Capital Territory. It's where all the politicians hang out. However, just outside of Canberra, we had Fishwick. Now,
it's still in Canberra, but yeah.
Yeah, but kind of you got to drive through one of the many roundabouts.
Yeah, there's a lot of sex shops there. Yeah. Yeah,
Fishwick had sex shops and fireworks. So porn and fireworks is what Fishwick was known for.
Yep.
Including this is not one of those things where I'm like, a friend told me. Literally, I hadn't been in there. They have like supermarket ones where you had like a trolley that you would just fill with your sex stuff.
Yeah.
But that was what it was. I do believe the fireworks have stopped, but your porn's still going strong. But like, it's just a bunch of old white guys in Canberra.
Yeah, it is. Look,
what's the data, Tim?
Their claim for it is research, and even they've put research in inverted commas here by Spotify, the music streamers, which some of you might be listening to us on right now
on Spotify.
If you could just
Please
play our
us.
shit on Spotify a lot. That'd be good.
Including the Yeager Day playlist.
Yeah. So the music streaming giant combined the stats from their very popular Sexy Time Bedroom Jams playlist. Mm-hmm. They found more... the playlist has 860,000 followers, and they've used that to determine which of the Australian states is the one that gets down and dirtiest the most. ACT came out on top. It doesn't say how many people they've got, but after that, it went Northern Territory, Western Australia, New South Wales, Queensland.
We're not even there.
No.
This is bullshit.
No. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But this is the thing. Each one that we discuss is based on completely different evidence.
Yeah, well, they're all based on different data.
They're always, different.
Now, my problem with this one is that this data is geared specifically to those with a certain kink, if you will.
Listening to music.
For listening to music while they get dirty, while they're bumping uglies.
Yeah.
That's not everyone's jam.
No.
So they're using that data alone. Now,
sometimes people like to have reruns of Friends or Seinfeld in the background. You don't know what people are into.
I personally would prefer Becca in the background because the guitar solos in Becca are quite sexy.
They are.
And alarming. So all this data shows me is that Canberra, Northern Territory, New South Wales, Queensland, and Western Australia are the top states and territories that like to get down and dirty to music.
Yes.
Now, if you ask me, the music you want to get down and dirty to, Another One Bites the Dust, Staying Alive. The songs with the beats that you use for CPR seem to be the same. I think that's probably a pretty sexy beat.
Yeah, but the rest of the songs is not that good. My problem with this particular one is that it is published on Out in Canberra, which is a lifestyle website.
That's biased.
By Canberrans for Canberrans. Which
those.
makes me wonder, is there a bias there? And makes me answer, yes,
And
there is.
The second question is, how did they have time to write the article
If they're doing all
if
this
they were
sex.
doing all the dirties?
Yeah.
If they were doing the horizontal mambo.
Yeah. Now, moving away from Canberra, we'll let them go. The next one, this is it's a difficult one because there's kind of two based on a similar thing.
So we have some consistency
Yeah.
here.
So the Courier Mail, which is a
Reliable.
Queensland newspaper, I believe, says that Australia Post came out and said that the postcode with the town with the sexiest postcode, meaning in this circumstance, the town that gets the most erotic shit delivered to them.
So not the town whose postcode is 6969.
Yeah, so people are getting erotic fiction, lingerie, toys, things of this nature delivered to them via the
Tickle Me
post.
Elmo? Or...
Yes, Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh, God. What have I done?
That is disgusting. Is cans.
Mm-hmm.
But stick with me for a sec because
I don't want to.
another, I can't remember. I'm trying to find. Where is it? Hang on.
Isn't it Toowoomba?
Yeah, the other one is Toowoomba. It's also a Queensland city. Been named sex toy capital for 2 years in a row.
Which is the claim we're all dying for.
Yeah, it's a disgusting thought to begin with, but let me tell you where this article is hosted.
Disgusting thought. Hey, everyone, this is Yeah G'day the podcast where Tim just shames everyone for their sexuality.
No. You do what you're going to do, but
But I don't want to read about it.
yeah, you do whatever you're going to do. Anyway, look, this particular
Where's it hosted?
it's hosted on a website called Aged Care 101.
Oh, no. Everyone knows that once you get to 50, you stop having sex.
Yeah.
That's a rule. It's written in the Bible.
It's all good, isn't it? You do whatever you need to do.
Unless you're above 50.
Yeah. In which case, I just stop.
Why would they post that article?
I'm not really sure. I think it's like a blog by some contributors to the site. And of course, they're talking about, sex as you're aging, which is something that I presume that they do, but try not to think
Should
about.
ever think about.
Yeah. Do your thing.
I'm cancelling this podcast because of this.
So yeah, look, we're hearing two different things. That's what I'm saying to you. Queenslanders keep flip-flopping and they can't get their bloody facts together to tell us, is it Cairns or is it Toowoomba? Which
sticky
one is
situation.
the one? Yeah.
They're playing wet and wild and fast and slippery with the rules.
Yeah. I'm more inclined to think perhaps Cairns is correct because it was Australia Post. This is Australian Post statistics.
Now, where's Toowoomba? Is that also North Queensland, or is that
It's in
more down the
Queensland. I
bottom?
think it might be northern Queensland. I don't
Now,
know exactly.
Some of the facts that I discovered when finding these articles is that I think it was Toowoomba specifically had a lot of the fly-in, fly-out workers. Is that the one that it was that had
I
the fly-in,
believe
fly-out workers?
it could be, yeah.
It was one of the articles. Now, that means that we're talking about men and women who spend, whatever it is, like 6 weeks in one place and they come back for 6 weeks or 6 days, or they have those schedules where it's on and off. There's two things it could be. Number one, they get their toys shipped home to them to take out when they go to work. Number two, a lot of lonely partners left at home.
Okay.
I think it's the lonely partners.
Yep.
I think it's the husbands, the wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, others that are sitting there going, well, they've flown out for the week. What am I going to do now? I'm in the sexiest city in Australia.
Obviously.
I've got to get my rocks off somehow. Send me some erotic fiction.
Okay.
The big problem with this data is that Australia Post knows what you're getting.
Yeah, it does worry me.
I assume they had some idea of what we were getting in the mail, but to that level is slightly unnerving.
Yeah, it is.
Because the amount of erotic fiction that I get sent here.
Yeah. I specifically spurn digital erotic fiction so that I can have it delivered to my place of living and occasionally to my place of work.
Well, obviously, you want to get sent to work. You want
Yeah.
people to know that you're the alpha.
Sit in the lunchroom just reading erotic fiction.
Allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, so that's, I don't know. Queensland have put forward two potential candidates using similar data, and honestly, it's confused me.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that deal is.
The only guarantee we have is that Queensland itself is probably the sexiest state.
Yeah. Possibly, but here's the thing. Wanderlust. This is a travel... It's a British travel
Okay.
blog website.
We're going outside for this source.
We are. We're going... they've got the 10 sexiest cities in the world.
Okay.
Number 1 is Rio de Janeiro, obviously.
That was a given.
Number 2 is San Francisco. I don't know a lot about San Francisco.
In San Fran?
But now I'm thinking they probably get frisky.
Is the Golden Gate Bridge a metaphor?
Possibly.
San Frisco?
Yeah.
Fran?
Number 3, though. This is where we come into it. Sydney.
The winner of the Olympic Games is Sydney.
So I dug a bit further. What they've said is Sydney's among the world's sexiest cities because of the beach culture, of the extremely good-looking people, the tanned, chiseled.
Which is where we fit in.
They mention party culture, which, if anyone knows anything about the way Sydney's going at the moment, is not true at all because the government is been...
Hey.
I love the government. I am not saying something bad.
Hey, babe, you know what gets me off? Lockout at 10 o'clock.
Not being able to buy alcohol after midnight.
I don't want to go into that pub anyway.
Yeah, I guess we're stuck here for the rest of the night until 2 o'clock.
Let's go to Newtown.
Yeah, let's go find some douchebags.
Let's go
in
to
Newtown.
a casino.
So Sydney's on the list, and this is from an external source.
It is. And look, now, much as Tim and I have brought our sexiness to Melbourne, we are homegrown... Well, no, I'm homegrown in Sydney. Mm-hmm. You spent...
I lived there for about 8 years.
Yeah, I just had this weird moment where I forgot that you weren't born there.
Yeah.
But you're so sexy, Tim. I thought you were born in Sydney.
Yeah. Maybe this was published while we were still there. When was this article published? Let's have a little...
2001.
Honestly, it doesn't matter.
I can understand. I thought maybe it had to do with also because the massive Mardi Gras parades. Obviously,
yeah, we have Mardi Gras in Sydney.
Because Rio is probably one of the big ones for that. Well, they've got Carnival, which is essentially Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
But San Fran, I don't know.
Specifically, I read in another article which was talking about Sydney, Coogee and Manly.
Well, they just have beaches, is what they're saying here.
Exactly.
So anywhere with a beach could be the sexiest city. But that implies that you want to like the issue with the sexiest city. Is that, I don't know if you know this, Tim, but sexiness is subjective.
Yes, that is correct.
So it is. It's hard to define sexiness.
Yeah. But I on this one, I'd throw to another town that I can tell you is definitely not a contender.
Okay.
And I can tell you this because they were ranked 87th of Australia's sexiest cities.
Hachi-machi.
But they've got some things to say. Darwin.
Okay. But Darwin was listed as one of the top ones in our other thing,
Look,
the Northern Territory.
The lists are all different, but I'm looking at NT News.
Okay. And what do they have to say about not being sexy?
3 years ago. They're pissed about it. That's what. Yeah.
Granted. How before you give me any of those hot quotes, how is somewhere like Darwin not the sexiest place? It's hot, it's sweaty, it's humid up there. Surely people aren't wearing lots of clothing all the time.
Yeah, but it's so humid. Like, who wants to do anything?
I don't know.
Look, the data from 28,000 members of a dating website called Elite Singles that do not sponsor us.
If they did, I would promote them because they're elite.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I presume they're elite.
I'm not single, but you could be an elite single.
Yeah, so they had a question, how attractive you? I'm not even really 100% sure about the scientific validity of this research that Elite Singles have done.
No, it's peer-reviewed.
Basically, Darwin was ranked 87th on the list, with Sydney, Melbourne, and the Gold Coast taking out the top three. But young single Darwinians are not happy about it.
No,
and they basically they quoted one girl as saying, like, it's the down-to-earth attitude of Northern Territorians that make them sexy, regardless of it's not all about chiseled bodies.
No, it's not about looks sometimes.
It's not about the beach.
No. It's about the arid desert.
It is. It is. It's about being a territory and not a state.
It's about being 40 degrees all the time.
It's about having not enough population to technically be called a state.
I'll tell you who's got the sexiest crocodiles. Northern Territory.
Oh, without a doubt.
Got that going for them.
Oh, yeah.
You know who I think is secretly the sexiest state / would have the sexiest city? Because, you know, there's those old ideals and sayings that the quiet ones, are quiet in the streets and not so quiet in the sheets. Tasmania.
All of Tasmania.
All of Tasmania.
Yeah, right.
They're hanging out down there. Unbeknownst to the rest of us, they're getting...
Just doing it.
Well, it's all happening. Because they're probably not even included in those, because the rest of the world is always like, Tasmania, where's that? They don't understand. So they're...
Oh, is that a part of Australia?
Yeah.
Yes, it's part of Australia.
Tasmania is like one giant state of Fishwick, essentially. It's all going on. There's fireworks, there's pornografia. It's all happening down there.
You've heard it here first. We would never lie to you.
Yeah. Hobart, I believe... on the signs down there has 3 X's before and 3 X's after.
Yeah, to tell you it's 2 triple X.
It's double the sex. It's got 6 X's, which actually cancels out to just be normality.
Yeah.
But that's where I would posit my guess is Tasmania. Do you have any guesses that aren't on the list for the sexiest place in Australia?
Oh, I think you're probably looking somewhere like Dubbo. Why did you laugh as soon as I said that?
No.
Is it because we all know Dubbo to be
No, I find
terrible?
I've never been. I have been there once.
They have a cool zoo.
Never been to that zoo. But
anyway,
zoos are sexy.
Yeah, no, that's my. I'm gonna put Dubbo.
You're putting Dubbo down.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Let us know. Now, unbiased, remember, because Simon's going to come in and be like Albany, and Andrew Pearce is going to come in and be like whatever part of Western Australia I live in.
And everyone's going to be like, where is Albany?
Yeah, what's in Albany? But maybe they are sexy over there. And everyone else is going to say there's their Sydneys and their whatnots.
Yeah.
Unbiased opinion.
Melbourne.
Where is the sexiest place in Australia?
Yep.
Remember that Tim and I are in Melbourne.
Yes.
That's just an important note for you to take home.
In case you did need to say Melbourne.
Because I would hazard it. And if you need to put down the current sexiest bush ranger... Yes, Leon Huxtable is how you spell my last name. For that voting
it's
form.
spelled Leon Huxtable.
Just sound it out.
Leon, the letter, and then Huxtable.
I don't think I told the story on here. It happened to me in I reckon it was year 3. I've told that story I think before where
Is this a sexy story that happened to you in year 3?
No.
Okay, good.
A teacher asked what my name was, and I said Leon, and they wrote it down Lion, and I was like, and I'm meant to be the student here.
Yeah, that says lion, you idiot.
The other day, I went to the dry cleaner around the road, a new dry cleaner that I'm trying out, and they said, "What's your name?" I said Leon, and she kind of went, "Okay." And I usually do spell my name, and I said Leon, and she went, "Okay," and she went Leon. As she said E, she wrote an I. So I'm
They're
down
similar.
there as, Lion. I've also been Lion at the hairdresser before where they put your name on the chalkboard. Like, it's not that hard, and I'm definitely not, even if I mumbled Leon, Lion is not, it's a different sound.
It's a different word.
Anyway, sorry to distract from the sexiness that is this episode.
Yeah.
Tim, what's that sexy sound?
I don't know. What is it?
I think it's Harold Holt watch.
Sexy.
Nice.
Read it out.
I will. I'm going to read it out in my sexiest voice. No, I'll probably read it out in my normal voice. Pretty sexy as it is.
Fair
Dear Tim and Leon, my name is Karen, and I have some information for you.
Okay.
I was at the shops recently, and I was walking past Honey Bidet. I was having a quick squiz in the window, and I noticed...
Sorry, what?
Honey Bidet?
What is that?
It's a women's lingerie shop.
I've not heard of it. Continue.
They also sell vibrators.
Continue.
And a plethora. Now, Honey,
you know a lot about it for someone who didn't write this letter.
Well, no. Here's 2 reasons. One, I've been into Honey Bidet before, looking for my own lingerie.
Yeah.
Number 2, there was a big kerfuffle about Honey Bidet 2-3 years ago, something like that, because the workers there. Now, I think the workers are like, if there are male workers there, I'm not sure. That's mainly female workers. They were being forced to send pictures of themselves dressed for the day of work to their managers.
Okay.
Basically, so the managers, which I believe were men,
Right.
were, or they could have been women as well, but so that they could say yes or no to, I guess, level of sexiness for the day.
Right.
Like telling them to wear more makeup or telling them to, maybe wear something more revealing like that. So there was a lot of Honey Birdette information in the news for a while there as well.
Okay.
Thing about Honey Birdette is they are in, like, all shops and malls.
Right.
So there is a spot in everyone's shopping centre, much like the tobacconists that sell, like, hookah bongs
Yeah.
that just sell vibrators.
Yeah, right.
Just next, the one in
Good
Penrith,
to know for the future.
the one in Penrith Plaza is right next to the food court.
Good. You have yourself a halal snack pack and then sneak in and get yourself a vibrator.
Get yourself a bag of McDonald's and go in there and buy a butt plug.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I said that word, Mum and
Yeah.
Dad. I'm sorry. I do apologise that I've said that.
I didn't say it.
Tim thought it. He wrote it on a sign. and
Janelle,
showed
I
it to
didn't
me.
say it.
Jim
He
drew
said
it.
it. I'm a good boy.
I didn't say it. It's 69.
Yeah.
No
Anyway.
parents allowed. I was having a quick squeeze in the window when I noticed an older gentleman sitting behind me on the waiting seat outside the shop. You know, the seat where people sit whilst waiting for someone to come out of the shop.
Ah, yes.
The seat. I glanced at my phone as I had received a text, and when I looked up again, the man was gone. I realised that I had recognised the man. It was Harold Holt.
Oh.
This was at Toowoomba Shopping Plaza last weekend. Strange time.
Toowoomba comes up
It's
again.
all coming together. Thanks for the laughs and keep up the good work with the United Nations. Karen.
I don't know why, but every time we read one of these letters, I'm always surprised when we're like, and it was Harold Holt. What?
Yeah.
Even though it's specifically called Harold Holt Watch.
Even though it was the Harold Holt Watch, the music played, we got to the letter,
Yeah.
it was sent in. It is surprising, though. And
well, who was he waiting for?
the big question. Gatto, I guess.
Possibly.
Maybe he just took that seat. Maybe he's much like you and didn't know what Honey Birdette is. Maybe he was like, it's just a lingerie shop. He didn't
Yeah.
know about the vibrators.
Yeah, he probably was just like, oh, that looks like a good lingerie shop that doesn't have vibrators in it.
That looks like a run-of-the-mill shop that doesn't sell vibrators. Like Cotton On.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's some probably conspiracy theory that every shop, if you tried hard enough, would sell a vibrator. Every shop.
Everything is a vibrator if you try hard enough.
PlayStation. Anyway, PlayStation controllers.
Yep, I'm holding back a joke. Continue.
You what?
continue.
What joke?
No.
Is it one that we're going to talk about after?
Yeah.
It'll
I
be in the
can't
bonus
say it
content.
on this. Trust me, I can't say it. Continue.
It's going to be the kind of thing where I'm like caught up in a ball afterwards and be like, Tim, how could you say it?
Yeah.
Good on you spotting Harold Holt in Toowoomba, wherever the hell that is. Toowoomba. Womb's not really a sexy word, is it?
No, it's not. No. Continue.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
So I think that's kind of it. So we finally made it to 69. Nice.
Nice.
Dinner for two. And I think we made it pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Well, obviously Tim is not feeling so sexy right now.
I'm tired as shit.
Everyone write in and tell Tim how sexy he is.
Yeah, please
Flood
do
the
that.
Facebook group so Tim can flood his pants.
Yeah. About myself. Actually, no. I am quite narcissistic.
Yeah,
so.
it probably would work.
Yeah.
So that's that. I always feel like there's stuff, and I don't write it down, so I never know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to the end part.
Yeah.
Christmas is on the way. This is the first time that an episode's going to be on time for a while.
Yeah,
Because
that's fun.
we're slowly coming back to some form of normality.
Beginning to. Yeah.
Close to. So yes, it's all happening, and we will sort out some Patreon stuff as well. Patreon, make sure you're there, www.patreon.com/yeahgoodday. Sign up, give us some monies, and we will give you some funnies.
Yes.
Is that our slogan? I think that's our slogan now.
Yeah. We've said it at every... No, we've never said it.
We say it all the time.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of it. 6969. As always, thanks to Teylor Smirl, Smell Smelly Tea for our wonderful cover art.
And to Curtis Fernance, Fern Tree Music. The man has some sexy locks.
Oh, luscious.
Yeah. So thank you for the music and thank you for the sexy locks.
Thank you for the music, the songs we're singing. If you can stay unaroused when Curtis shreds a guitar, you've got a superpower.
Yeah.
It's not something that I possess.
No.
Make sure you're following us on all the social medias, the mediums, the meaty eyes, the meaty eyes, gross. And that's going to do it, I think. Thanks to Auscast Network for having us on the network.
Cheers.
As always. Yeah, g'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah, g'day everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. Catches on the flippity flop.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.